Hi guys, this is Shivram Mani from Agile Testing Alliance. Can you guys hear me? If yes, then just chat yes. Great. So we'll start with start at 6 p.m. Just give me 1 minute so that we can wait for some more participants to arrive. Okay. So we will start. This is the second session of the Guidable Inclusions webinar. Guidable Inclusions is a testing strategy of the CPM MAT training program. CPM MAT stands for Certified Professional Mobile Master Agile Testing. Now, Guidable Inclusions is a mnemonic-based strategy. If you are familiar with the mnemonics which we discussed last time, we started with gestures, that is G. In this webinar, we are going to talk about user scenarios and usability. That is what exactly we do from a testing point of view. How do we test user scenarios? What are the different points about usability about a mobile app which a mobile tester has to take care about? So we'll start with the user scenarios first. So under user scenarios and usability, we would be discussing about the purpose, that what is the purpose of the mobile app, different persona, that is age-wise, gender-wise controls, different workflows, how do we test workflows, what are the different kind of workflows which we can test. We will also discuss about scenario analysis, where we will analyze two competitors and what are the features and how to do a rating, and how do we use that analysis for our testing. Then we will talk about filtering, searching, so different types of search, how important it is, and from a testing point of view, what we need to check. Then we talk about error handling. Then we talk about negative testing. We talk about sorting, on-screen sorting, order sorting. Then we talk about staged rollouts. And finally, we will end with usability, that is, what is a basic checklist of or usability guidelines which a tester has to, follow. Okay, so starting with purpose. Hello. Yeah. So I have just muted all, but in case you think any question to be asked, or you can just chat in the window, the GoToMeeting window. Okay, so we will start with the purpose. So what is the purpose of an app? So what is the purpose of the mobile app? So what is the mobile app is going to serve? What is the basic functionality of the mobile app? And what are the features of the mobile app? That will come under purpose. So from a tester point of view, we should always remember that when we are going to do a testing from a user scenario point of view, the first and foremost thing which we need to see, that what is the purpose it's going to serve. So a best example is, for example, Flipkart. The Flipkart basic purpose is shopping. So a user, when logs into Flipkart, should be able to shop very efficiently, effectively, without any hassles. So he can shop for any products which are listed. He can, shop for multiple products. He can go to add to cart. He can do the payment, and he can complete the shopping. So that's what the first thing, foremost thing which should be always coming under user scenario is, what is the purpose of the mobile app? The next is what are the core functionalities of the mobile app. That is, what is the functionality it is serving. That is, it allows you to search for products. It allows you to compare the products. After, apart from comparing the products, then you can compare the prices, you can see the ratings, you can pick up the product, and then you can add to cart. You go back to the shopping categories, you browse for more items, and then you know then you continue shopping till you are completed, and then you end your shopping. What are the features of the mobile app? So Flipkart will offer you a zoom, image zoom. You will be able to zoom the image to see more minute details of the product. You can have a chat window where you can chat with your friends who would have bought a similar product, and they could share some experiences. So all those things will come, but this would be the order. That is, what is the purpose? That is the first purpose of the mobile app, how the user is going to use the app. What are the core functionalities? That is the base functionalities which will be always there. And then what are the features? So if you see, mobile app will app like Flipkart will always have features getting added, due to so much of competition with Amazon and Snapdeal. So if Amazon comes with a new feature, Flipkart will always try to see that it will add a feature. So feature will be always getting updated, but the core functionalities and the purpose will be always the same. So similarly, like if you go for Uber or Ola app, the base purpose is booking a cab. Apart from that, the core functionalities is you can select the cab what you want, and price search or no price search. Then if you go for share, you want to apply coupon, then there are some other features where it will give you some good bonus points and all those things. So this is how you start the testing from a user scenario point of view. Now if you go back, now the next thing is persona. Okay, when it comes to persona, is nothing but your age wise controls or gender wise controls. So what are the different age controls based on the user information? That is a mobile app, right? So for example, if I'm using a mobile app and it has all my details like my age, my gender, based on that app, based on that information, it will basically give me some good search, good ideas, so a very good example is like from an age perspective, correct? So uh, some apps may not allow you to use that app if you are under the age. Obviously, I mean, people can enter wrong age information. It's quite possible, right? And then there are other apps which allows you to basically narrow down on a particular search using some results, right? So this is how from a persona point of view. From a gender point of view, uh, you know uh, it will display results according to the gender. So if you see, if you search for men's products, it will always show the men's products. So from a testing point of view, we need to remember that if a particular, so this will be some user scenarios testing where you log in with a particular age information, particular gender information, and you try to filter products according to the gender. You should see that you are getting the actual results. So that would be kind of the gender testing which you would do in a mobile app. If it is so, especially shopping sites, it should give similar kind of results. So for female gender, it should show all the accessories related to female and clothing. Similarly for male, so it can also show accessories for male as well. That's how the mobile app should show results. So from a testing point of view, we would be doing these kind of testing from a persona perspective. Um, that comes to that workflows. So when we talk about workflows are nothing but, as the name suggests, how we go in a flow using an app. So for example, again, if you take a popular app like M Indicator, which allows you to check the train timetables, correct? So sorry. So what you do normally is you select the uh, uh, main line, central line, western line, then you put your source, you put your destination, you click on search or something, then you get the results. You click on particular timing, and you can know that this train arrives at which station at what time. So similarly, these kind of workflows has to be tested. So we can look at a very good example of an app called Money Control, right? So anybody familiar with Money Control? What exactly is Money Control? You can chat it in the window. Okay, so I think some of you are already familiar with Money Control mobile app, right? So it's a very popular app, as most of you know. Yes, stock market. Yes, Naved, you are right. So here we will see a workflow example using the Money Control mobile app. That is, so Money Control obviously allows you to maintain an online portfolio. You don't have to really buy the stocks in the stock market. You can maintain your own portfolio. You can track. You can use it for doing some predictions. Like for example, you feel that I I if I would have bought a stock at this particular price and I want to see how it is moving, you can just add it in your portfolio using the Money Control app. So let's see an example. So this is a simple workflow, that is, you search for a stock and you add a stock in the portfolio. So if you see an example, okay, so this is my flow. So if you see my first screen, the first screen is I am launching the app through the app drawer, right? And then when I open the app, the first screen, it will show the market movers, that is the stocks which are really triggering the market price, the triggering the Sensex or NSE. So then you click on search. Okay, now when you click on search, you put your search item, like for example in this case I have put ONGC. Okay, now then I put ONGC, I click on search, I get a result. Then when I click on that plus sign right over here, I get an option called add to my portfolio. So I can add to my portfolio, or I can add to my watch list. Once I add, it gives me an option of adding a quantity or adding a price, right? And what date and all. And then, you get a message called stock added. Then once you go back to your my stocks and in my portfolio, in the stocks category, it will show you. Now that is a typical simple workflow which will allow you to add a stock. Now, why we are talking about this? So we are talking from a testing perspective. So if suppose you are going to test a money control app, the first thing is you will try to see whether the simple workflow works. That is, I can search for a stock and I can add to a stock to my portfolio. Correct? Now, apart from this, you will do something else as well. So you will try to see that you will try to use a feature without logging into the money control app. So you will try to see this kind of a negative testing. So if you see, I have not logged in, okay, and I do add ONGC, but it gives me a message that please log in to use this feature. So there's a negative testing which have been done, correct? Now, apart from simple workflows and access-based workflows, what we are trying to see is whether there is an alternate workflow, right? So alternate workflow is adding a stock in portfolio using some other option. So if you see in the previous option, what we did is we search for a stock. We use the plus indicator over here and added the stock to the portfolio. If you go to the alternate workflows, if you see here, I'm going to my stocks, okay, and if you see here, stocks visited, stocks last visited. Okay, so I haven't searched for the stocks. I have just an option called stock visited, and using the stock visited workflow, I am trying to add. So if you see, the steps are same over here. Only thing is that there is a change in the step in 3. Okay, so I have not searched for stock, but that was the stocks I visited. So based on that also, I should be able to add that to my portfolio. So this is kind of another testing. So normally these things we test in a workflow. Okay, now coming to the complex workflow. Now what could be a complex workflow? So just give me one sec. Okay, so complex workflow, as the name suggests, it will involve some calculations and verifying the calculation. So in this particular money control app, if you see over here, what we will do is, we are doing here is, we are in the first screenshot, we are verifying that what is my portfolio value. And the portfolio value is basically nothing but your current market price of the stock which you hold in your portfolio multiplied by the quantity. Now what you do is, after that you try to add a stock. Okay, and you add a stock, and then you go and verify whether my portfolio has changed, the value has changed. So if you see in my first screen, uh, just a sec. Just give me one sec, guys. Right. So if you see, the stock is previously it was 3345, and now after adding the stock is 65,646. So that is kind of a complex workflow which we have tested here. So if you take a Flipkart example, the Flipkart would be adding items to the cart, checking the total, and then you go back to browsing for the items, you add more items to the cart, you then check your total, and then you finally check out. So that kind of testing. So this is kind of a complex workflow testing. So if you see, in workflows, we have tested user access based workflows, complex workflows, alternative workflow, and simple workflow, right? So far, any questions? I will open the chat window for you. Hey guys, I have unmuted all. Any questions till so far? Guys, any questions? Okay, so I'm going ahead. I'm muting you all again, and we can go ahead. Right. Okay. So going to the next topic, that is your scenario analysis. So in scenario analysis, what we do is we try to explore two competitor mobile apps in terms of features they are providing. We use a feature comparison report template. Now I will show you the template. How do we use that template? And what we do is we rate down each of the category, that is feature category, along with the tester opinion. Okay, so after that we also check for user reviews or customer feedbacks for each app in the app store, and also analyze the feature. Now why do we do this? Okay, so for example, if you are going to test Flipkart, and you will always try to see that how Flipkart stands to Amazon or Snapdeal, and where it is lacking and what can be done so that it comes as number one. Yeah, so very good simple testing would be, you search for Flipkart in your Google Play Store, and the first thing which comes in the list is Amazon. Okay, so that's how the business is going to Amazon, or vice versa. So you probably have to test from a tester perspective, that when you search for something, you get your app first, right? Then once you go inside the app, you see that what features are there in your app, and what features are not there, which is there in your competitor app. So in this example, this is a template, feature comparison report template. So we list down the features, we put the product, we put a rating according to the tester. Okay, so you might be the tester, you might want to give the rating, right? So we will talk about example of WhatsApp and Hike. We use the same feature comparison template and compare WhatsApp and Hike, right? So for example, the first feature is used on desktop. So WhatsApp has a desktop version which can be used, and probably Hike doesn't have. So this can be keep on changing, guys. So this presentation was a little bit old, so I don't know whether Hike has already added that feature. So when we did this comparison at that time, this was the current rating. So the tester opinion was, we can use WhatsApp on Windows desktop in web-based application. So WhatsApp can be used in Chrome web-based browser. Hike obviously doesn't have this facility currently. Okay, so popularity wise, that is in terms of usability and more number of users, WhatsApp obviously has a large fan following, and many people don't know about Hike Messenger. Secondly, Hike is still behind because it has slow operating speed, and in terms of usability as well, WhatsApp has more brownie points. So that's how the popularity is much higher. So popularity wise, WhatsApp has a rating 5, and Hike has 4. So this is obviously a tester opinion, so it can be anything. So when you as a tester will do a feature comparison report, then you can base your ratings on your opinions. Okay, then there is something called offline chat, which is a unique feature of Hike Messenger, right? So it is the first to deliver such kind of service in IM. So one can even chat even if he or she is on offline. So that feature doesn't appear in WhatsApp, right? So then there are some stickers which Hike has a collection of. Like these stickers actually helps enhance the experience of your chat. So especially if you have used Hike, so they have amazing collection of stickers, and you can use that sticker to in your WhatsApp as well. So that's a very good feature. So this is how you can do a feature comparison and come up with what features you can add. So again, this is from a testing point of view. You can base your opinions, and you can do the comparison. Then you can, as I said, we can do a comparison of user reviews, where you can see that what are the user reviews of your app. So for example, Flipkart, if Flipkart as an app, if you are a tester of Flipkart, you can go and actually see. So the best part of mobile app is production issues are, you can see your production issues, unlike your desktop or web-based applications, where you get to know about the production issues from the production support team in the normal testing process. But in a mobile app, you can daily check how the app is liked by the users. Those are the real users who will who will say that we are not happy with the app and all. So if you see over here at this point, Flipkart has a user review, okay, and the best part here is the Flipkart has taken care to reply, okay. So if you see, Pranshu has said so much time and still can't see product reviews, and there is a reply that we regret to inform that we don't have this feature available and all, but we'll make sure that it's in there in next app version, right? But if you see the Snapdeal, you have the reviews, but you don't. The Snapdeal has not taken care to even reply to the user review, right? So that's where you know it makes a difference. So again, user reviews can be also used for your feature comparison, right? Now the next thing we come about is filtering and searching. So what are the different options, filtering options or the search options your mobile app provides, and from a testing point of view, what we need to test, right? So if you see filter, so if you see this app like CBS News app, there is a single filter where you have the top news, videos, US and world. Whereas in your other app, uh, you have that is called ACL Festival app. It uses basically a double filter, so you can have all, and then you can also narrow down on the filter on certain types of articles or certain types of bands, so from a testing point of view, we need to ensure that when you are doing a single filter, you get all this. When you're doing a double filter, you actually get those results which are intended to. That's how you go about filter testing. So a very popular app is Zomato app, where you can filter for your location, filter on prices, filter on menu choices and all, and then you can then search for those hotels. That's how you can combine search and feature, right? You can filter on gender. You can even filter on locations, and then you can have multiple options of multiple inputs, where you can put some options and you can filter by location. Okay. The next thing is we go for the filtering by age. So if you see here, this is the first cry.com app where you can filter by age. So when you filter by age, you should get those products. So this kind of testing which we will do from a age perspective, age filtering perspective. So you can have one filter. So if you see over here, the filter one is highlighted. So it is, you have put one filter, right? So these kind of testing which we do from a filtering perspective, correct? Now we will look about different search options which mobile app can have, like autocomplete, suggested options, dynamic search, recent search, and saved search. What all things we need to check, right? So normally when we do a search, for example, this Airbnb app, right? When we search something, we get a results, right? So if you see over here, there are two tabs. One is your list and one is your map wise. So if you're going to test this app, so you need to make sure that the list tab and the map tab, the results are uh, put properly. That's how the testing which we will be doing from a search results perspective. So once a search is performed, the results are displayed in the same screen, or it can also display on a other screen. So it can be displayed in a tabular format, or a list, or a map, or thumbnail. So multiple view options can be used depending on the type of results. So in this case, the Airbnb is offering the list kind of and map kind of results. There is something called also lazy loading technique, which is a common technique used by apps, so that some results will be displayed immediately while the rest are being loaded. So such some applications offer also a button where it will ask you to explicitly view more results, or it can automatically load more results when a screen is flicked or a button is clicked. So from a testing point of view, we need to see that it works properly. Autocomplete, the autocomplete is a very popular search technique. As the name suggests, it basically, as you go on typing the letters, automatically it will give you the option. So it is probably the most useful search pattern that emerged in Web 2.0. So as you type, it will immediately surface the possible results, and just tap on one to select it, and the search will be performed on that. Obviously everyone is familiar with Google, so no need to explain for the autocomplete. But yes, from a mobile app perspective, if you click, the first thing is it should, when you're typing something, so it should give that relevant details, the relevant results, and when you click on that any option, it should uh, perform search on that selected item. That is from a autocomplete. Similarly, for suggested options, so when you are typing something, right, so it will basically, basically provides an enhanced autocomplete feature grouping the results. So if you see this TripAdvisor, so TripAdvisor, if you're typing Austin, it is providing an enhanced autocomplete. It is grouping the results by popular destinations, popular hotels, and all. The next screen, if you see LinkedIn, so if you're typing Sam, it is similarly grouping, but as it is directly showing the direct connections first, and then it is showing the other people in the net, in the LinkedIn. So again, from a testing point of view, you need to ensure that what kind of app it is, and what are their characteristics, like what should be the results shown in suggested options. So from a testing point of view, we need to ensure that this works well. If you see dynamic search, this can also be called dynamic filtering. So when you enter text in the search field, it will filter the data. So the examples may look like autocomplete, but obviously it's a different model. The search pattern is used to refine or whittle down a visible list of objects. So in these examples, right, if you see Facebook here, you type Facebook, you get all kind of things. One is a Facebook app, then the free chat for Facebook, A plus chat for Facebook. So it's a dynamic search. It looks like an autocomplete, but there is a pattern involved over here. So similarly, if you see hotels in New York, so you just type park, then you get all the hotels names which have the name park, right? Another very popular is your saved and recent searches, correct? In saved successful mobile, they actually follow the popular pattern where people have saved the searches and they don't want to, do the search again. So if the saved searches are there, then if they click on that, it should give that option of whatever searches they have saved. Similarly, the recent searches, so whatever previous searches you have done, it should automatically give you the option. So when you click on that, it should give the automatically the options. There are also other examples of narrowing down the search, that is you search for something and you do a search type, that is you again enhance, that is you narrow down on the search. So if you see in the first screen, you are searching for something in Google, and then you can search by type, that is you can search by images, videos, and people. Uh, Remember guys, this is a mobile app, not the website. So obviously website gives the search. So here in the mobile tab, it gives these options, and then you can do the search. So from a testing point of view, we need to ensure that if you are searching from images type, you should get the results in images forms, and similarly for videos and people. If you see the other website like all recipes, so it basically, if you see, it lets you select criteria before submitting the search. So you can select vegetarian, vegan, no dairy, low sodium, and then you can perform your search. That's how it is about the filters, right? So that's how it about narrowing down the search, right? Then there is a multiple user input based search. If you see over here, again, recipe app, you select a course, and then after you selecting a course, under courses you select bread and muffins, and under bread and muffins then you perform a search. That's how multiple user input based search. So if you see the screenshots, first the course was there. When you selected that, this bread and muffins has got selected under course, and then you perform the search. That's how the search is done. The next is sorting. As the name suggests, we can do an on-screen sorting of, say, for example, if you are doing a Flipkart app, you are using a Flipkart app, you can do an on-screen sorting of from a prices or from a rating perspective, or you normally get a different window that is also called order sorting, right? The order site sorting is another good alternative to on-screen sorting, where there are obviously number of radio buttons, where also called as UI controls, which can you can select, and then you can do the sorting. In the on-screen sorting, so it provides a single tab solution. Basically it shows you in the screen, there is no other normal different window which comes in. So it will, the on-screen sorting also gives you different options like rating, prices, ascending by price, and descending by price, all those things. So that was about sorting, right? Now coming to the next part, that is error handling, right? So error handling is a very important. So people, development team often sometimes miss this very important part to implement. So error handling, basically it helps users recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. Very important. So it is not just for usability testing, but again for professional testers, error handling and messaging can help detect and perform root cause analysis, and also help save money. It should be, basically error messages should be designed to express in plain language that a user can understand, so that he can perform the next corrective action. So if you see over here, right, these are some user-friendly messages where it provides a message along with the next steps. That is, if you see the first message, authentication error. So Hangouts has not been enabled for your account. Please contact your administrator to enable this. That is, the next step is also giving. This app is incompatible with this iPhone. This app requires a front-facing camera. Then your data set exceeds the configure limit for your configuration. Please contact your admin. Yeah, and our app currently works best on Internet Explorer 9 Plus. So it is giving all the various options where the app will work. So these are some user-friendly error messages with the next steps. Correct? So if you see these kind of messages that is non-user friendly, user can't make out, the layman normal users can't make out that what exactly has to be done, because there is no message given, or there is no next action given. And sometimes, especially who are hackers, crackers, or they can actually use this message to some sensitive information to get access to, right? So it's very important that the error handling has to be done very efficiently and very correctly, right? So it will also basically reduce the annoyance from a user perspective. That's how the error handling should be done. Now coming to the next part, that is staged rollouts. As the name suggests, stage rollout. So basically when we are going to roll out an app to the larger number of users, or you are going to publish the app in App Store, rather than that, before that you can do a stage rollout. That is, you can distribute the app within your team members, within your friends, and gauge the feedback. So it basically limits the impact of unexpected bugs, and these users can also give an unbiased review of the app. They can also help rate the app during stage rollouts. Of course, that will help you in decision whether to publish the app in the App Store or fix the defects which have been identified during the testing. So there is alpha beta testing. So alpha obviously can be started with a small group of alpha testers, and move to a larger group of beta testers. Obviously it helps to gauge user feedback before launch in production environment. So again, those feedback can be then consolidated to make necessary changes, right? Then user reviews obviously can be checked for usability feedback. Crash reports, very, very important, can be used for root cause analysis, and thus obviously improving the performance. Correct? The app statistics, it actually gets it will also, in the stage rollout which you do, it will also help in getting detailed statistics on the install performance of the, whether the users could install the app successfully. Did it take more time to install the app, or when they were installing the app and suddenly they switched to different screen, and whether it stopped the installation. All those statistics can be taken. Again, it also highlights install peaks and longer term trends. It also helps in understanding users adoption behavior, correlate statistics, and using those adoption behavior, they can correlate statistics to promotions, see the effect of app improvements, right? So other is geographic targeting, where basically it will help to easily manage the geographic distribution of apps, and it helps in specifying which countries and territories the app needs to be distributed. Sorry. It also helps in localizing the store listing, including the app details and description, promotional graphics, and screenshots, right? Then from a user scenario perspective, there is something called negative testing which we should do, where we explore the robustness of the functionality. So a very good example is, for example, the chiller app, which has been introduced by HDFC, right? Now if you see, this chiller app basically allows you to send money instantly to anyone in your contact list. So that's how the chiller app works. So it basically works on the fundamental that the mobile number is the primary key for transferring the money. So if we want to do the negative testing, what I would do is I would change the name of the contact and do a transaction, right? The expected result is obviously the transaction should be still successful. Then the other testing, the negative testing, which I can do is I can change the phone number of the contact and see whether the transaction should be successful or not. So obviously transaction should not be successful, and there should be no money debited from the pay account. So these kind of negative testing I can do from a user scenario perspective, right? So this is the screenshot of the app. You do the payment, and you can do a transfer to the contacts in your contact list. That was about the user scenario. Now coming to the last topic, that is usability. So what is usability, right? So obviously usability is how easy an app is able to use, and it is basically usability testing is when you test directly with potential users to see how they can or cannot accomplish the task required. Very important point is usability for mobile apps is not same for your desktop apps, right? The input method, the screen size, and connection speed all will differ from a usability point of view. right? So a very some important points about usability is good usability obviously requires a lot of refining, intense user research, and even more testing with real users. App should be very easy to use. Mobile app should not have useless navigation elements, buttons, text and words. Check whether all the elements on the screen are clear and easy to understand, right? A good measure of usability can be judged on basis of responses provided by end users in relation to the time taken to perform a task, the intuitiveness and simplicity of the process, general feelings related to the app, right? So then check that all of the elements are accessible, like for example buttons can be tapped by a person with thicker fingers and on different size and densities. Check that the error messages are not too generic and they describe the error in a way that people without a technical background can also easily understand. So that will go, there are some important points in a usability. So we can also have a checklist. So normally we use this checklist, that is whether the app is easy to navigate between menus, Flipkart, mobile, money control, what we saw examples. Then there is a clear and consistent behavior to go back on every screen. Very important. That is when you click on the back button, you should go to the previous screen and not to the home page. So there are many apps which are having these usability issues. So it's very important that it should exhibit a clear and consistent behavior. The labels, button text and content should be clear and concise, especially in terms of accessibility, that is people who are having special needs, or those who have proper eyesight, for them the button text and content should be very clear and concise. The font size, the spacing and colors should provide good readability and user-friendly language. Then very easy to understand error messages. So whenever we test an app, you should follow these kind of checklist, which will help you to ensure that the usability is being taken care of. So provides feedback to the user of system status, very important. Good example is when you're searching something, right? There should be some search bar displayed, or normal in our desktop, or we see a hourglass, right? So similarly you should see something going on to give the tell the user that the search is being performed and it is taking time, correct? Then the it should also allow users to customize frequent action. So very good example is your M indicator, where you are always uh, searching for a particular destination and particular origin location. So you can add a shortcut to that, and you once you click on the shortcut, it will immediately give you the necessary information. So very good example, M indicator, where allowing users to customize frequent actions. Then there are instructions and help text, which should be very clear, helpful, and easily retrievable whenever appropriate, right? So that's about usability checklist, right? And if you see an example over here, a poor usability example, this if you see over here, the Deloitte Consulting India Private Limited, um, this is your I think Ola app, right? And where you are searching for something, and if you see over here, no address found. Okay, so though it has searched Deloitte Consulting, but here if you see over here, no address found is here. uh, so that is a poor usability example. If you see over here, the same app, right, user inputs are manually discovered. So if you type Nomura, you are getting a lot of options, and when you click on that, so you are actually getting that option over here, and you are getting the results as well. So there's a another very good example is of Indigo. So if you see, you're going to booking tab, and you are actually able to select the flight, and then select the schedule, and then go ahead and booking. So this is a very good app of good example of good usability. So this actually completes the session of user scenarios and usability. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open the session for question and answers.
Flight status.
Guys, any questions now so far? Was everyone able to see the screen? I think one of the participants had problem in seeing the screen. Okay, it's fine now. Guys, any questions so far? Any thought process, any value points you want to add? You can,
Hello.
yeah.
Yeah, so actually this was good. One other resource which I have found useful is the Aqua checklist. The App Quality Alliance website, they have checklist on various quality criteria.
Okay.
So even that also is kind of useful, which at least we found in our organization when we were testing.
Okay, that's nice.
You
So you as a company use that checklist, is it, for your testing?
in the previous company when I was testing MDM software, so we used to cross-verify our test cases against the checklist.
Right.
Most of them are equivalent to the store guideline checklist.
Correct, store
So
guideline.
that prevents app rejections, especially for
Correct.
iOS and stuff like that.
Right.
And does not delay the app submission process.
Correct. So actually what we have done is as part of guidable inclusions, the app store checking checklist and all, we have kept it under another parameter. So we have covered that from a store guidelines perspective, but it is on another parameter. So from obviously usability also becomes a part of
Even
that. Yeah, it becomes a
the
part of that.
Aqua guidelines, they had a checklist for every quality criteria. Like
Okay.
if you want to test for performance, here is the checklist. If you want to test for usability, here is the checklist and stuff like that.
Okay,
It's
that's nice.
appqualityalliance.com or .org.
That's nice. Great. Okay, so we are obviously going to publish this recording in YouTube as well. So I think you can check the YouTube channel for Agile Testing Alliance, and I don't know whether you had attended the previous session where we had briefed upon gestures. So I don't know if any one of you had attended. If
Yes, yeah.
Okay, great. So you can also see that video in YouTube. Let me know if you are not able to locate it. We can help, and you can just drop a mail to Agile Testing Alliance, and we can help you with the link. So it is available in YouTube. This video, this recording, this session has been getting recorded, and this will be also published in YouTube. So so whom I was speaking to, so it showed me some software, but I don't know the name of the person.
It's, Ajay Balmurdas.
Hey Ajay. How are you?
Good. Thanks. Good session.
So Ajay, you remember me, right?
Yes, Brijesh.
No, this is Shivram. Actually, Brijesh couldn't do the session, so I am doing that.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. Voice was not Brijesh's voice, and so.
Right. So I think after the conference we couldn't. I think we never catch up. Right. Correct.
Right.
Right. So great.
Good.
Thanks for joining, Ajay. In fact, I am honored that you joined.
No. Thank you.
Okay, then I think since there are no questions, we will end the session. And thanks for joining, and take care.